Okay, so I woke up this morning speaking, and I was speaking words of wisdom. So, yesterday I recorded a video about um, going from riding that pendulum from one side to the other to slowing down and allowing you to readjust prior to making a new decision instead of reacting to the situation, responding. And this is something that I've been trying to explain to my children for a while. And it actually came to a place where I was pretty able to understand that when we're reactive, we tend to allow the force of what we're releasing to push us in the opposite direction, right? That's gravity, right? You release a pendulum and it's going to swing the other direction with as much force as it left. So if you allowed the situation to get to a point where it was almost critical and then you let go, it's going to, oh, look at that, flip all the way around back to the other side. So if you leave this position, it's going to go all the way back to this one. Okay? And it is literally because of the fact that you are pushing away from the force that caused you to leave that situation, right? So, the words that I was speaking this morning when I woke up were, first you release the need, then you can change the way the desire appears in your life. Okay. And this is literally talking about, and this is something that we were talking about the other day too, about the releasing of the that devil energy. Again, the devil energy isn't evil, it's the gatekeeper. It's the one that's going to keep giving you exactly what you want, even if it's something that isn't good for you, right? So, for example, you know that a Twinkie is not good for your body. If you continue to eat those Twinkies, you are willfully allowing that devil energy to stay in your life, okay? In your mind, I have to have it. I need it. I need that sugar. I need it. I need it. I need it. It makes me feel good in the moment, right? So I need it. I need it. I need it. And you keep going back to that which you need when it's right in front of your face. Every time you go to grab for it, you hear that voice in the back of your head. Are you sure you want to do this? And then you continue to grab, right? This is the devil energy giving you a free will beacon moment of, you know, this is bad for you. Do you want to really do this? And then you make that choice, right? And then you realize, oh crap, all of this crap is bad for me, and I'm starting to feel sick, and I'm starting to gain weight, and I really don't like the way that I'm looking at my body anymore. And then you swing to the exact opposite spectrum, right? You go absolutely gluten-free, no sugar, absolutely everything that's possibly good for you, organic everything. Never do anything that's bad for your body, and now you're miserable. Because now you are no longer allowing yourself to have the things that you like, right? I'm not telling you that it's okay to go out there and continuously eat Twinkies. It's not that. It's that now you are completely removing that which you needed, and now you're telling your brain, I don't need it, right? But there's still that voice that's behind the other voice that's saying, you know, it's not good for you, that's saying, I need it, I need it, I need it, I need it. And now you are doing what they call in the addiction community, white knuckling it. You are, oh, I will get through this, right? And this is necessary. Think about quitting smoking. You become a raging tyrant. And then what do? You stuff your face, because all you want to do is quell that feeling that's inside of you that's telling you, I need it, I need it, I need it, right? So when we remove the addiction, that need, it gives us the ability to manipulate the way we interact with the desire that comes from that need. Let's go back to the sugar, okay? There's a reason why you crave that sugar, right? It's the dopamine that is released, or all of those chemicals inside of your brain that are released in that moment that that sugar touches your tongue, okay? And it's not just that. Our brain utilizes sugars in order to work, right? The difference is are you giving it a sugar that's going to break down slowly and last a long period of time and allow your brain to function for a long period of time? Or are you giving it something that's completely and totally processed, not really even truly real, and now it's thinking it's getting that same sugar that it runs on a natural way, but it burns through it so fast. It creates a new type of chemical inside of your brain, and now it's like, ooh, I really like that and I need it, okay? So now you've released a chemical inside of your brain that's saying, I need this, but you're white knuckling and saying, no, I don't, no, I don't, no, I don't, right? Okay, once you get through that white knuckling period, I'm not saying go back and start, using the same thing that was before. Find a new way. Right? Instead of eating Twinkies, what is a wonderful, good for you alternative that'll give you that sugar and be good for your mind, right? Agave. Agave is a wonderful way to utilize a natural sucralose that is not a simple carbohydrate that is going to burn away super quick. If you just and then don't, you're not allowing yourself to understand the necessity of that which you kind of overdid, right? And it's okay. We do that, all right? I would love for you to think about this from not necessarily a negative standpoint, but something that's good. For example, you go to I don't know, like a painting class with your girlfriends because it's something you've never done before. And they're like, oh, come have some fun with us. And you go and you realize just how much you love painting. And then suddenly you dive into it. You go to a Hobby Lobby and you buy yourself canvases and painting brushes and a whole bunch of paints and all of this wonderful stuff. You spend like $300 on all of this wonderful, cool stuff you're going to do with this new painting. And then you realize, I actually just enjoy this a little bit. I don't enjoy this a lot, and I kind of went a little overboard, and oops, okay? So it's not necessarily things that are like, addictive. It's just new things. And we tend to go overboard, okay? And in the case of the painting, you wasted some money and maybe a little bit of space in your house, and now you have a bunch of stuff you don't need, but at least you tried it. Right? And you gave it your all because you never know. Maybe you have a secret talent you never even knew you had. And then suddenly you paint this beautiful picture and somebody sees it and they're like, hey, I want that picture. I'll pay you for it. Okay? So there's the possibility of it being good. So you dive right into it, right? It's the same thing with like things that we get addicted to. We didn't really mean to. It was just kind of something that excited our brain so much. We're like, ooh, hyper focus, right? So when we take away the hyper focus and analyze, I talk about this all the time, analyze what is it that caused you to feel like you need that? So we can take out the need and turn that into a desire that's actually good for our soul. Okay? So when we remove the need, we have the ability to manipulate the desire. And then now we know, okay, if I go too far in this way, it's no longer a desire. It's now something that controls me. So why is it controlling me? Figure that out. Fix that problem, right? So whatever it is that caused you to dive into the painting, maybe it was the ability to express the self in colors in a way you've never done before. But that doesn't necessarily mean you have to be a painter, right? There's a whole bunch of different ways that you can get that feeling of expressing self through color. So taking away the root of the pain, which very well for you could be you just felt like there was no color in your life. And allowing yourself to manipulate the desire to have color in your life so that it doesn't, get to be an obsession, but can now become a stable foundation in your life. instead of going out and paying the $300 for all of the things that you're not going to end up doing, making the time to set aside, like maybe once a quarter, going to one of those painting activities and making a painting. Allowing the self to enjoy without becoming obsessed. Okay, so this totally took a totally different direction than I had expected it to take. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut it off here because this is a 10-minute video right now, and I'm gonna try and limit it that. Okay, have a great day, guys.